hi, 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 hi. Hi there, hey there, hi diddly there. Hey there, hey there, hey there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, today we're gonna read one of the Class 12B students. Alright, this one I call Goalie. Alright, the real name is Puck Rink. mm. He appears to be a large, brooding, silent monster of a young man with an intimidating appearance that some say makes him look like a slasher villain, which he has been bullied and made fun of for, especially since he's seen as a creepy, quiet kid who's always dressed in hockey gear and refuses to remove it and show his face. However, his real reason for being quiet stems from the issues with trust and the fact that most people think of him as scary when the real reason is that he's shy and he knows that his voice is a bit too rough and loud for some people. To further the reason for his demotion at Class 12B, he was involved in an incident where he was protecting a smaller, weaker student from a bully and managed to fight them off and win, but yet a smaller student thought he was another bully and had reported him to a teacher who, due to a misunderstanding, led to him getting in trouble for it and eventually kicked off the hockey team he was on due to his perceived aggression issues and thus sent to Class 12B as a troublemaking student. Alright, now he was frustrated at losing his place on the team and was losing heart and angry about it, which only solidified to others that he was scary and aggressive and dangerous. However, in his class, he was observant and quiet, and Indamati saw he took a seat at the back of the class as if trying to disappear, and he didn't speak much or have many friends at first, so he decided to try and help him to open up and talk more, which eventually he was able to do so and learn a bit more social skills. And to make friends with the other students in Class 12B, his true art hockey started off with him using hockey tools such as a stick and puck and hard-hitting tackles. The reason he has this ability is due to his ancestry and lineage back in the reality of sports, and to the legendary players of hockey who ruled the rink itself. As his powers were refined and trained more, he learned both offensive rushes, defensive blocking skills that can make him feel like hitting a wall due to being protected by a solid iron muscle. and he also does team play combinations by calling in forth hockey team spirits to support his attacks and increase his skills beyond their limit, as well as do powerful buck and stick based techniques, and also be able to manipulate ice to create slippery floors and harsh ice-based physical attacks. And he also learned, due to his ancestral lineage, to do more esoteric and advanced techniques, including fancy hockey-based magic and martial arts in combination with each other. And since he is a bulky, physical-oriented character and has the ice element, he has some weakness dealing with the fire element, as well as more long-range attacks and speedier enemies. Though by tapping into different legendary hockey stars and their various team styles, yes, he is able to overcome each of these by emulating their various techniques. He even goes on to be a major player in helping teams as well as heroes in the reality of sports fight against the talent-stealing Martians led by General Goalie and his army of jock-like Martian soldiers, even landing a decisive blow at ending the regime due to mastering the cross-crusher team-based technique by utilizing the mastery of his ancestral heroes into a flurry of attacks as one. He feels he has more purpose and a winning strategy to meet his goal of being a great hero. Gotta do that pun at the end, yeah. I think that's pretty funny, yeah. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I had this guy in mind, and when I was imagining him, doing all sorts of stuff, I was like, yeah, this guy's gonna be really cool. Plus, my mom. Plus, I gotta tell you, my mom, she's like a big fan of hockey. Well, a lot of people in my family are. So yeah. I'm a little bit, know it a little bit, but not too much. Anyway. I'll see you in the next. Remember to fly like bat and shine like the moon for weird stuff dreams are made of. Alright, now let's go raid Rayuna_. Alright, now. And I'll see you in the next. Bye-bye now. And thank you for listening. I appreciate it. No matter where you are or where you see this, I always appreciate it. Now, one day I gotta consider, upgrading the model and, to be more like, some of the art I have. Granted, I probably can't use the bikini armor because Twitch is kind of a little, kind of sees that as a little bit too risque for them. I'll probably have to use the Plumeria inspired one. Anyway, see you later. Goodbye.